friends, welcome to Mrs. Hitchcock's art class. Today we're going to draw a fun sandcastle. It's almost summer. It's still a little bit cold outside, but maybe some of you have a sandbox in your yard and you like to dig in it and play in it and build things. So you probably all know what a sandcastle looks like. Well, today we're going to go ahead and make one out of crayons and paper. We're going to draw it and color it in. I'll show you a few fun techniques with crayons that you can do. That's all we need, crayons and a piece of printer paper. If you want to draw it first with a pencil, that's fine. I'm going to just go right ahead and draw it. Sometimes if we make a mistake, we can just add that into the design and it all works. It's carefree. So that's what we're going to do today is a castle. I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so here I have a blank piece of printer paper. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on my castle. The first thing I want to do is the ground where my castle's going to be sitting on, because sand can be kind of bumpy when you go to the beach, so we want to make sure that we have that so that our castle will look like it's sitting in the sand. I'm just taking a black crayon, making a line for where my castle's going to stand. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw. I kind of want my castle to be about this high. I don't want it to go off the page. I want it to just be straight across. That's all. Just a simple line. Now from that line we can do a lot of cool things. We're going to bring two lines coming down a little bit on an angle down to the ground. Now it looks like our castle is actually sitting on the beach. And then we're going to make a couple lines going up there. Have you ever had one of those buckets that is shaped like a sandcastle and you pack it with wet sand and pour it out? Ooh, the birdie just flew by and made my paper flop. So those buckets have like a castle shape to them. So that's going to be the top of my castle. Now I don't want to just have one. I want to build like a big castle. So I'm going to go ahead off of the side of my castle. I'm going to do a couple more of those bumps. I think I want three. There, 1, 2, 3. 3 bumps. Then I'm going to bring that straight down. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to come off and go up and down till I have 3. And I'm going to come straight down. Now, sometimes when you build a sand castle, you can't get a whole lot of details in it, but we're drawing it. We're not building it out of sand, we're drawing it, so we can add some fun details. We're going to add a door, a big door in the front for your castle. And then I think I want some little doors on these side pieces. And flags, of course, it's so much fun to have a flag on your castle. It's just a stick with a triangle. I want 3 flags. Flags are fun. And I want them to all point the same way, like the wind is blowing this way. There you go. Usually when you see flags, they're all blowing in the same direction. Now this is pretty good. We could color it in right now if we wanted to, but I still want to add a little bit more detail. I want this to look like you can go into the castle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw another line real similar to the line of the door, and that's going to look like the doorway. I'm going to add a few little lines to shade it in. Now I want to do that on the other door. I want to do them all on the same side so that it looks like you could really walk in there. Now we could add a few details to make it look like it's on the beach. What kind of things do you see on the beach? Sometimes you see a seashell, depending on what beach you're in. So we're just going to do a simple seashell. Sometimes you have a shovel, especially if you're using it to dig in the sand. So you could draw a shovel. So easy. You could draw a starfish if some of you know how to draw a star. Stars are not too hard to draw. Do a kind of a triangle pointing up without the bottom. The triangle pointing to the side, Another one pointing down, another one pointing down, and another one to the side. Oh, Jeffy wants to pick up that shovel and play. Don't you? Boop. Now, it's a beautiful day. We want this beach, the lake in the background. So we're going to draw this line here. This is going to be the lake. This is going to be the sand. This is the lake, and this is the sky. So in the sky, I want a few fluffy white clouds. Just a few. Not too many. And then I want a sun, because I like to think of going to the beach when it's a nice sunny day. Just a circle with some lines. Very simple sun. If you want your sun to be smiling, you can do a smiley face in your sun. Now we're going to use our crayons to color it in. Some of you might have some fancy colors for your sand. I don't have a lot of fancy colors with me today. I just have some basic crayons. So I'm going to go ahead and use yellow for the sand. Some of you might have crayons that are a sandy color. Ooh, he can't stand it. He wants to do it. Jeffy! Now if you hit your black crayon line with your yellow crayon, it's going to drag it a little bit. Do you see that? Bleeding just a little bit? We call that bleeding. Not really bleeding. It's not blood. So I'm just going to quickly color in all of my sand. And then my castle is also made out of sand, so it's going to be the same color as the sand. I'm just doing it quickly here for you. Take your time on your castle. Take your time on coloring. I'm just coloring it in fast so that you can see. Okay, now I'm going to color the inside of my castle with a brown because I feel like it's shadowy in there. I don't have any lights on in my castle. I didn't bring my electric kit to the beach with me to wire up the castle for lights. There. Now we can have some fun with some of the details. I think I want a red shovel. I do have a red, so I'm going to make a red shovel. Color my shovel in. I think I want an orange star, like a starfish. We don't have starfish at our beaches in Michigan. And then I think I'll color in my seashell blue, just to have some different colors down in there. And I want green flags. So I'm going to make green flags. You can make whatever color flags you want. Oops, I forgot to color my sun. I want my sun to be yellow. My yellow crayon broke, but it still works. I'm going to color in my sunshine yellow. And I'm going to put some yellow on the parts that come out. That really looks like a nice sunny day, doesn't it? Now we just have our water left and our sky. So what we're going to do for that, I have a couple different colors of blue. Now what I've done is I've peeled some paper away from my blue crayon because I'm going to use the side of my crayon to color in the water. Watch how well this works. It gives a pretty cool texture too. And then there's more blue over here, more water on the other side of the sandcastle. See that? I want to do the same thing in my sky. Now my blue crayon, my other blue crayon hasn't been peeled yet, so I'm going to peel that. It takes a little bit of time sometimes to peel your crayons. You can still use your crayons for other, just the tip of them, even after you've peeled them. I should have put Jeffy onto the task of peeling my crayons. That would have been a good job for him. Okay, I think that that's probably enough peeled. See, that's a little bit different color of a blue, so that you can see the difference between the sky and the water. And you can, when you do your crayon this way, you can kind of go over your other colorings because this is lighter. It doesn't leave as much of a mark. There you go. Very simple. You can add more details if you'd like. If you'd like to add yourself on the beach. Maybe you're going to go, maybe made a huge castle and you're going to go inside of it. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Very easy. So that was a pretty easy sandcastle to draw. You can have all sorts of fun with different colors. Make more flags, decorate your flags that are on your castle, put some people swimming in the lake behind the castle, or maybe some kids on the sand building the castle. So anything you want to do with your castle, you can add to that and it would be really beautiful. I'm sure you do a great job. Oh, he's got my earring. Jeffy likes to take my earrings off. It's kind of a bad habit of his. He's a good bird though. We like having him around. We sure do miss you, and we hope that you have a good time making your castle. And when you go out in the yard when it's warm enough, you can make your own one out of sand. I'll talk to you next time. We'll have another lesson, something fun to do. Thanks.